You were given a mission by a man because a good friend of his had his wife slain by a hideous mountain monster, a troll.
Well, you see a nice, super awesome, cool rogue, and he's just standing there with his knife ready to strike at this big, voluptuous green ass of this monster.
I am, Chicken Man? Chicken Teeth?
Varys Tearaway, Private Eye.
I am a half-elf warlock. I am tall.
11's not going to do it.
God dang it!
Yeah. All right.
I meant to miss that time. That was a warning shot.
With my offhand, I've changed positions from butt to balls.
You drop its balls on the floor.
By the way, I want to keep those. I want them in my bag.
No. Welcome back to another Instant Roleplay Live. We are episode 2 of this series with Hobie, Santifico, Karen, and Kenny as a illustrious troll hunting party of chicken, half-elf, elf, and gnome. They are currently scaling a mountain range on their way back to Galeen, a city in a desert on the opposite side of this range, and taking a very special prize, Santifico. What are you doing with that prize right now? What is Torque doing? Where does he store it?
Now, I'm just kind of taking a breather, and I'm fondling these balls that I took from the orc. And just using them kind of like a stress ball, you know?
God.
Like, you know the things that you find at the markets, and then you squeeze them and you feel better?
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of what I made. The only weird part, though, is it keeps sprouting little hands and feet that I keep having to, like, nip off. Super.
God. This is so horrible.
Can I do, like, some kind of knowledge check on this to see if there's just any, like, horrible things that are going to happen from him doing this?
Yeah. So as you kind of march through the snow, you search your knowledge, search your texts. What do you got? Go ahead and make your roll.
All right.
I just want you to
Oh, God.
What it is.
Nah, it's harmless.
Is that any kind of particular roll? Just like...
It would have been probably an arcane knowledge, yes. But
Okay, so I get to add 5. So 9?
Yeah, even with a 9, you're definitely thinking it's probably fine.
Well, I'm suspiciously eyeing his ball fondling then.
Yeah, you can definitely suspiciously eye his ball fondling all day long.
Yeah, that's... Well, I mean, usually I do, but yeah.
You can fondle my balls. I'll just take
Okay, well, another time, we'll put a pin in that.
And what?
How many people around?
Okay.
So if you guys recall in previous instant role plays, we have this sort of tradition formed where we let you guys take over the storytelling for a little while to get to know your characters. So as you march through snow and rocky cliffs and such on your way through this self-designed shortcut, some of you start to think about the reward you're going to get when you get back to Galeen. Solomon has promised not only delicious sandwiches, as he always does, but a heaping pile of gold for proof that this particular troll has been taken out. What are you going to do with that great reward when you get back? Let's start with Karen. Ilan.
Well, Ilan tells the rest of the party that gold is not really of much consequence to her, since she spends most of her time living alone and meditating and trying to better herself. So most likely she will simply take what she needs to sustain her life. Let the rest of the party take it.
Dibs.
And on that, what is Varys planning to do with his share plus?
Well, it's a tough question. You see, my magical detective agency has not been doing terribly well, so I'm looking to kind of kickstart myself a little bit, pour some more funds into it, really get the ball rolling. Unfortunately, I do have a habit of treating everyone around me like an idiot, so that does tend to drive away potential customers. But you know, I'm pretty plucky. I'll see what I can do. I've got wizardry. I can also, magically charm people into giving me business, so that helps too.
So did you have a specific plan for spending that money in a way that will help your business?
Ooh, that's an excellent question. I don't know, probably hire on some interns. It always helps to have some disposable hands.
Okay.
You have a few off of
Sant's been dropping them left and right.
That is true. That is true. I could have like an army of tiny trolls doing my bidding. I'll call them sacklings.
Oh, that's
Yes!
adorable.
Amazing idea. I'm going to start keeping all the little clippings in my pocket.
The first troll-founded detective agency.
Yes, yes. Kenny, Sir Bagok. What is in the dreams of this chicken head? What does he tell his friends as you march to pass the time? How you're going to get your money, or what you're going to do when you get your money?
Well, I'm going to spend most of my money to look for my missing eggs that was stolen by someone, probably some pig. Well, I'm feeling
When you say
particularly
pig, we
angry.
have to, given the barnyard theme, we have to question.
Mm-hmm.
A literal pig?
Of angry birds.
Yeah, just like a literal pig, you know. Did you guys know chicken and pig are at war right now?
Oh my god, I had no idea.
Holy shit, how long has this war been going on?
Yeah, no kidding.
That's the dawn of time.
I'm so out of the loop.
I need to know more about these barnyard politics.
Yeah, I mean, your party is invested. Keep it going. Keep telling him.
Yeah, and other than that, I'm probably gonna save up a little bit to buy a coupe down at Sunset Boulevard.
So just ignoring the questions about the war. Just like the war
No,
exists.
it's whatever.
That's all you need to know.
The war exists.
It's backstory.
Yeah, the war exists, but we don't really care about it.
Well,
It's kind of there.
you might not.
but it's just some small barnyard battles.
Yes.
You know, apparently they ran out of cannonballs, so they started to fling the chickens instead.
Are they all like 6 feet tall like you? Because that's kind of amazing if that's what we're saying here.
We're just trying to say those are some big-ass cannonballs. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, we do call ourselves up for some aerodynamics.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I've been on one of those rides before.
My god.
It's a ride?
I feel I'm learning so much about a fascinating new culture.
It's like a theme park.
Oh, God, no. This is what I live for.
I'd like to think he's not talking about the conversation. He's just playing with the ball.
I assumed that was the case anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's probably the safe assumption on just about any occasion.
My character just thought to herself, at least I don't get balls as a reward.
You don't even have hands.
So Torque,
That is very true.
Torque's reward. How is he gonna use? I mean, he's really got his reward already, hasn't he?
Let me tell you, the only thing that may be better than gold is the fact that you have dismembered your enemy in a very intimate way. Now, with
God.
the gold, I'll probably go to a bar, a nice tavern, to relax, to drink, to find women whose upper bodies resemble two smaller gnomes. And then I will show her my magnificent pair of balls, and I'll be like, no, seriously, I'm trying to sell these, so you
Do you
can
know anybody?
Nobody. Like, look at these little feet. I just dumped hundreds of little feet from my pockets.
Littering the mountainside with tiny little feet.
That costs extra.
All right, yeah. So as you entertain yourselves, you share laughs over your plans and interest in strange secret wars that no one knew about, which you have to question if the chicken even just made up or if they're actually happening. You kind of, you've distracted yourselves fairly well, which is why somehow it doesn't occur to you until it becomes very pressing and very unsettling that you can feel the presence of eyes on you, moving through the trees on the mountainside, maybe scurrying behind snowdrifts or hiding behind large rocks. Something is watching you.
Gentlemen, ladies, and anthropomorphic animals, I believe we're being watched.
Huh.
I love the reaction to that.
I'm just
Cool.
throwing balls like in my hand, and I'm looking around. I'm like, huh,
It's whatever. I mean, when you got this much swag, everybody wants to see what's going on.
Yeah, dude, I don't even panic. So, okay, can I ask, what does investigation do?
It's more for like if you're in like a library or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let's see here if I have anything that I can like use to find.
So can we do perception check?
Yeah, perception would be absolutely fine.
Okay, cool.
I'm going to do that too.
Okay.
I did feel some rustling on my feather, so...
Oh, God.
Sorry, that was me.
Oh!
Hey,
Cannot catch a break with this die.
man. Yeah. Now it'll start rolling 20s.
That was my die. You didn't.
Oh.
Whoops. What? That's my lucky die. Fucking 12s? What is this?
Well, you got better than a 2.
Yeah. I find
right.
your misery happy for me.
So the keen senses of a chicken with its like constantly tilting head and rolling eyeball on each side of its head is the first to detect there are not just you're not just being watched, you're being watched by trained soldiers. You can't quite make them out, but you catch a glint of armor, you catch the rustling of metal, and you know that this is a team that is surrounding you. And that makes maybe you stop in your tracks, or maybe you make a run for it.
Do you relay that information to the rest of us? Because I feel like that's pretty useful information to have.
So I immediately stop on my track and I tell the rest of the party, guys, I gotta pee. Also, we might be watched by a team of professionals.
Oh, God. To both things there, not just the second one. Well, in that case, I think I'm going to go ahead and boosh some mage armor.
All right. So yeah, you throw up your energy shield of mage armor. What does it look like when it activates?
I like to think that I'm just like sensually just like rubbing my hands all over my body. And, invisible magical armor plates kind of pop up on top of that. It's not just because I want to do that. That's just the way that the spell is cast. So, I'm going to kind of avoid everyone else's eyes. Okay. You just kind of turn around. Just don't look.
All right. Your armor manifests after your bit of self-manipulation. And is anyone else taking any actions?
How many times can I cast Bark Skin?
Once.
Once, okay. I'm gonna cast it.
You have
on.
multiple castings, but it's. I think it's self only, right?
It says touch a willing creature, so anyone willing to get touched.
So yeah, you have your spells per day, your slots rather, that you can use as many times as you have those slots. So, but of course, like if you cast Barkskin a bunch, you have 2 slots for that level. So if you cast Barkskin, you won't be able to cast Spike Growth or Prayer of Healing if you cast it twice.
Oh, okay, it works that way.
Yeah, it's 2 slots for and then what do you have prepared in there too? You have Barkskin and what else?
Barkskin and Prayer.
Okay, so you can either cast one of them or each of them once or one of them twice.
Oh, okay. How long do they last? Up to 1 hour. I'm gonna cast on the what's the dwarf name again? Talk, right.
There's
I'm going to cast on Talk.
He's a gnome, though. Yeah.
We have a dwarf?
All right, what does Barkskin do for him?
It will give him his AC to 16, regardless of his armor.
Okay. And what is he at currently? Torque, what is your armor class?
I am armor class 15.
He's too busy flipping those balls.
So you're getting a +1 armor from that. Basically, your skin hardens and looks like bark for a moment, and then it kind of sinks in, and then you retain the strength.
Nice. Thank you.
So you've stopped. You've prepared your spells.
Wait, I want to do one thing.
Yes.
Okay. I shake my right leg, and out comes my trusty ferret, Navi. He rolls up around my neck, and in preparation, I whisper to him, "Shit's about to go down, Navi."
Okay. You stand there at the ready for what's about to go down. Your trouser ferret has wrapped around your neck. Your Barkskin cast, your mage armor cast, and the stillness is deafening. The pressure is mounting, tension is rising, nothing is happening.
Oh man, I got all whizzed up for this, and nothing's happening now. That's really Kind of a bummer. What a tease.
I yell out there and like, guys, we can see you. For fuck's sake, the chicken saw you.
Yeah. Should we just Leroy Jenkins this? Because I feel like they're just waiting for us.
Let's talk to them first. Let's see what's going on before I add their balls to my collection.
Okay, all right.
Oh,
That's fair. Does anybody have high charisma, by the way? Is anyone particularly charismatic?
Yeah, I do.
Excellent. I feel we can use that.
Oh wait, no, my charisma's awful. But I have charm. I have charm though. So I can do
I do also have hypnotic gaze if we really need it.
Nice. Okay, so let's go talk to him.
Yeah, let's do it.
Can we just walk up to him?
Well,
just casually walk up.
there's not really a walk up to. I mean, you've spotted several sounds and movements around you.
Any
You haven't
idea like
gotten a
how
good
many?
look directly?
Can I?
You know that
Can I try to intimidate them out of the position?
you could try that. Yep.
Oh,
Okay.
use your thaumaturgy again too.
Oh yeah. I'm
What are
just
you gonna do
make
with
my.
thaumaturgy?
Hold on. Let me just roll this.
Well, what are you going
And
to do
that's
with your
11.
thaumaturgy?
Oh, I forgot what I can do. Let me just roll up the thing.
Lots of minor magical tricks.
I can alter the appearance of my eye.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna alter the appearance of my eyes to make them to make them scarier.
In what way?
Glowy, evil-looking way.
Okay. Just like boing, big red eyes glowing on the side of the chicken
Yeah.
head.
In the meantime, the pupils are just rolling around the socket.
All right. So the reason I put pressure on asking you this is because with a good boost, something like that, where you're putting something extra and you're not just giving me the roll, you can get what's called advantage, where you roll 2 dice and take the better result. So why don't you go ahead and take advantage on this, just to show you how it works. Go ahead and roll the 5 that's right there. There you go.
Wait.
It didn't. If it could matter any less. So you rolled an 11 on both dice, so you're taking 11 regardless, plus your intimidation bonus of
Intimidation of 4.
Okay, so a 15. What do you say? You make your eyes red. You're looking intensely in the direction of one of these targets at least. What do you say? What do you do that would make them do anything?
Come out here. I see everywhere and nowhere at the same time. You can't hide from this eyes.
That's pretty solid. That's
snap.
pretty good.
Oh snap!
All right. There's a momentary pause, waiting for what's going to happen, and then they step out slowly. You see branch and snow-covered warriors who have perfectly blended into their surroundings, with very high camouflaged armor. These 4-foot-tall, stocky men you never would have thought could stealth up on you. You have a dwarven enforcer patrol surrounding you on all sides. There are probably not quite a dozen of them, all wielding either hammers, axes, or heavy crossbows pointed directly at you.
I didn't see you down there.
Now, I thought your chicken friend said he sees all.
Well, he likes to think so.
It says one of them who steps forward and takes off a helmet of, sticks and branches and things that were keeping him camouflaged. He's another stout dwarf who has a broad bulbous nose, a big thick brown beard that hangs down well to his belly, and he praises each one of you and says, "We've been following you for quite some time now. You're very loud on the mountaintop."
And
So-
I whispered to my other friends, I think you saw me fumbling the balls.
I don't think he could have missed it. So we should probably have someone with actual charisma do the majority of the talking here. So that's more or less me just right out the gate,
Yeah.
right there. So anybody else wants to try and not insult this guy?
Why don't you go ahead and tell me your purpose on the mountain?
Balls.
Oh my god.
Sorry. No, someone say that, but with more charisma. Balls.
So Ilan steps forward and, putting on her most friendly and appealing expression, looks at all of these fine warriors and tells them a shortened version of their adventure, climbing up the mountain and killing the troll, and their mission in taking proof of killing the troll back down the mountain, back to the town, so that they can collect their gold and go their separate ways.
Upon hearing the part with the excellent pun, how do they react?
This clearly lead dwarf who has stepped forward strokes his long beard all the way down to his belly and considers your story as you tell it, very detailed. And he says, "Well, now exactly how far off were you when you went hunting that troll?" And I expect you to make up an answer here.
I'm sorry, I don't understand.
How far were you when you were hunting that troll? How far away?
I've got puns loaded in the chamber if we need them.
You clearly aren't understanding the question. I'm saying, how far from here were you when you killed the troll?
I apologize. Yes, we were 2 days away from killing the troll.
Well, that's lucky that you weren't on this mountain. That'll play well for you, if it's true. This mountain is King Goldgelt's mountain. The king under this mountain does not appreciate the likes of you trespassing or hunting game on his property.
Well, I mean, I don't see his name on it or anything.
Dylan hushes.
Can I see if they got anything worth stealing?
I mean, they're all wearing armor and carrying weapons, and potentially who knows what else. Dwarven jewelry is always very nice if you like a boxy shape on a ring.
Yeah. Actually, do they have coin purses?
Almost certainly somewhere. Yes.
Okay. Can I find one of those?
You're surrounded by armed
doing
men.
Any of this?
Surrounded by armed men.
Yeah. Can I lean over and whisper later?
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna lean in and do the same thing. Don't do it.
While the remainder of the party is whispering amongst themselves, I ignore them and I speak to the dwarven leader of this group, and I say to him very kindly and hoping that our plight is not unknown to him, I tell him I'm very sorry that we were trespassing on the king's land. We were unaware that this was owned by him, and we did not realize that we were taking his game from him. Is there something that we could do?
So you do admit to the poaching, then?
Well, before we answer that question, I'd like to just give you a bit of a gift, a thank you, not just attacking us right out of the gate. Do you have a flask of water on you, maybe?
Aye.
Could I borrow it for just a second?
He looks around to his men. Keep your crossbow pointed at this one.
Your water is now ale-flavored.
Ale-flavored water.
Yeah. A gift for you.
He'll sniff at it. Now, is it... what have you done? Precipitation or something?
Yeah.
So you've basically made a weak flavoring for it, and in all likelihood. So he'll sniff at it. He'll take a sip and swish it around. It's hardly much more than water.
Maybe to your unrefined tastes, geez.
Excuse me?
You're excused.
I want to charm the person. I want to charm this.
He's just on the edge of being pissed off from that unrefined taste. Whereas he was very much leaning towards, well, they're being agreeable, and then unrefined taste gets thrown out. And,
it's hard being smarter than literally anyone, I'm telling you.
He's just on the edge of being upset, and then you're going to cast Charm Person?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. I'm going to suggest that you also combine some sort of roll that keeps everyone else from noticing that you're charming him, because that might be a problem for you.
Like with stealth?
I think Sleight of Hand would probably be more appropriate.
Yeah, that's even better then.
Okay.
All right, so what do I roll with?
So you're going to roll your sleight of hand, which is a d20. So you're pretty much always rolling that d20, right, for skills.
Okay, hold on. Can I just press R now, and I'll just
drop it and then press R, yeah.
There we go. Fuck!
So it looks like a 12 for you, plus 7 on sleight of hand.
What is it?
Sleight of hand is
sleight
plus
of hand. Dexterity?
No, you don't worry about dexterity, just worry about the number.
Yeah, it's plus 7.
All right, so a 12. So we give them a chance to spot you doing that, and yeah, there's a few of them in the group who notice what you're doing. So as soon as you begin to sort of gesticulate and reach your hand to cast the spell, one of them just yells, "Hoy, Captain!" And two of them descend on you immediately, throwing you to the ground. You get a face full of snow. Your spell doesn't go off, and you have a knee in your back. And he immediately takes guard, drawing a weapon and stepping back away from the other three of you. And he says, "Oh, nice trick then! I distract a dwarf with ale and try to what? Pick my pockets or?"
It wasn't a race thing.
Well, I think this about settles it. The attack means you're coming in, and if you want to fight, we can really play that out, eh?
But we could just talk about this. Here, give him these pills. They'll make him sleep.
Pills?
So,
You don't have pills. You're just holding the testicles again.
Make him swallow.
what's going on? Can I cast Calm Emotions?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
And you would have a similar situation where, if someone sees you casting it, it might look bad. But what does Calm Emotions require to cast, though? So take a look.
Let's see.
Calm Emotions is a verbal and somatic. So you're moving your arms, you're casting a spell by saying words that are spell words. So it is entirely possible that you might...
They would notice.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, things are going pretty badly anyways.
Maybe I can conjure up a distraction or something.
Oh, yeah.
Well, they are telling you that they're putting the cuffs on you. So
Oh, God. Dang it.
I mean, you can try. I'm not saying you can't try. I'm saying that's what they're telling you they're going to do, and they start marching in to cuff each and every one of you now.
Well, I'm going to try and cause a bit of a distraction here. I'm just going to say, wait, I can do better. All right, you two, and I gesture to the two guards that are kind of on top of my comrade there. I'm going to say, lend me your flasks. I can flavor up to 3 flasks at once, and if you'll give me the slightest
persuasion roll
opportunity,
you're going to need to get them to be like, no, let's not arrest this guy who we're pinning to the ground. Let's give him our flasks.
I'm gonna give it a shot.
Okay, I'm just telling
only
you.
at a -1.
Please do a 20.
Yeah,
We got this.
I mean, that's
we got
what we're
this.
looking for here.
All right, here we go. Dear God! Oh my God!
Yeah!
I am so fucking magical.
Holy shit! That's amazing.
Hell yes.
So that brings
Now,
you
Goofy then.
effectively to a 19, but that's
Yeah.
rocking. So you're like the best wine you'll ever taste, or ale you'll ever taste, in your flask if you just give me another chance. That's what you're saying.
Yeah. Emotions are running high. I understand. Maybe we have different tastes. That's okay. I'll see if I can meet your needs.
Now, what makes you think that after I drank what was basically water still, you're going to be able to do better?
Well, I mean, it can't get worse, can it?
Like, that's what sets him like, oh, yeah, he's right. He's totally right. So,
Something, my face in the dirt and snow.
yeah.
And I just mumble, yeah, I can.
Shit. All right. Ease up on the little one. One of you go ahead and cuff him. The other, go ahead and let's see what this wizard has.
All right. I don't think there's anything that I can roll for prestidigitation.
I'm going to
gonna
allow...
prestidigitate the living crap out of this.
Well, I'm going to allow you to have a chance here
Okay.
to impress. Because right now you're kind of on bad terms with him.
That's all right. I have that effect on people.
Yes. So looking at you have an Arcana skill.
Yes.
Let's go ahead and roll your Arcana.
Okay.
And
that's good.
Hope for the best.
Jesus! You pissed in their flask!
Dang it! Well, it's +5.
So it's a 6.
We're fucking dead.
So it is
Oh,
literally just
no.
like he swigs it back, goes, "Oh, it's the same damn swill," and throws his flask away. Like he doesn't even want it anymore.
Oh no!
I'll get a new one. And yes, you have failed to impress on your second attempt here.
But wait.
No.
Finger guns! Sparks! I'm distracting them, do something!
Alright, they're gonna make an attack roll on you.
Oh my god, no!
They're hitting you now when you make finger sparks. and each of you is gonna start going down hard if you resist at this point.
Alright.
So they're coming at the other two as well and cuffing you.
Oh god.
Alright, I'll do.
Except the chicken, they're just like, what? Where do we?
How do we cuff this thing?
So, like, one of them just like puts it around your neck and then puts it on his wrist. That's the best I could do. And they are going to take you from here. Karen, I'm assuming there was no final resistance.
I mean, I don't know what I can do if they've handcuffed me.
No, I'm saying they're trying to, as they try to cuff you.
Oh, they're trying to?
Right, like, is there anything you want to do to stop them, or do you accept it?
I think we deserve it.
Yeah, I feel like after rallying and then just failing miserably,
I'm not...
There's really not a whole lot of comeback that can happen here.
Hopes are not high. Yeah, let's accept it.
Yeah.
I quietly await my fate.
Okay. You
I also know. Wait, real quick. I noticed my pair of balls off to the right, and I grab them with my teeth.
You had your ferret out. Your ferret could have helped you, but
And
you
then
did
I
it.
look down.
That changes
I look down,
nothing.
and I look down and I'm like, oh shit, you're right.
Oh shit, you're right, to the voice in your head.
The common sense.
Yeah. All right. Fantastic. So you are cuffed and dragged away through the harsh snow into a large dwarven cave entrance. They have structured around the opening to this massive cavern with a gaping stony maw. It's a shopping mall. A gaping stony maw. Designed to look like a hard dwarven beard with rigid teeth that you step up as steps, and then you enter into his mouth, which has torches along the walls leading you down into the dwarven architecture. The captain explains to you in rather gruff terms, because he's frustrated he had to deal with the argumentativeness and everything. You'll have one chance. You speak to the king. You state your case. You be clear. You don't try to offer him any tricks. And he'll deliberate and decide what your punishment should be.
So how long did it take to get here?
Probably at most a couple hours on the mountain of hiking.
Okay, cool. So I still have several hours of mage armor left.
Oh, that's good. For when you fight out of the entire dwarven city.
It's bound to happen.
Yes,
I mean, if we're being honest here, I'm going to find a way to screw this up.
So you're brought down into, through dwarven township, where you have these various structures built right into the cave walls. Small dwarven children kind of look to see what the guards have brought through, and they shrink back in fear of the criminals who are being brought through their home, because you might lash out at any moment. Who knows? Thankfully, there's a strong dwarven patrol surrounding you, so I'm sure if anything went wrong, they could take you down. And
they could try.
You're brought through to a grand and illustrious-looking building with gold fleck worked right into the stone for dwarven runes to create a sort of history in dwarven. The gnome may read dwarven, because gnomes often do. I'm not sure if you have a language on there or not, but dwarven history is just worked right into the walls of this building, and it seems to radiate importance the way the light flickers off of that inner working. And you're brought to a holding cell where you are thrown in for, we're going to rush through and say, a couple of hours, and then you're taken out of there. We'll say not even a couple hours. We're going to say like 45 minutes of waiting. And then you're taken out of there you're under armed guard the entire time. Your equipment is stripped from you, by the way. If that didn't seem obvious, I need to go ahead and say it. Your equipment has been taken, and then you're brought into a grand hall. You're made to wait in this hall for hours as a very, very old, very wise-looking dwarf, but also very tired, sits on his throne and hears his subjects come to him with various cases. Some of these cases are, Jan Borgensen drilled into my tunnel. That was my property, and he needs to pay me for what he's done to patch up that wall. And other cases are, I'd like to start a mine in your kingship's name and have a new production of silver brought to the kingdom. And the king decides whether he agrees with Jorn Borgensen or if he wants to go ahead and get this new silver mine, etc., throughout the day, and you're made to wait. And so, Hobie, I'm afraid your spell may wear off, and I'm not just trying to be a dick to you.
Mage armor.
I was debating whether I change it and let you keep it, or if I think it's going to wear off.
It was so sensual, though.
Because because unfortunately there is just a mind-numbing wait where you, the lower importance daily duty of ruling on your case, is put behind dwarven politics.
So would you consider this a short rest then?
Yeah, I would say you get your rest out of it for sure.
Excellent, I got my spell slot back.
So at the end of this long day, you are finally offered a chance to make your case, and you have to kind of almost wake yourselves up to get ready for it. And the four of you are marched forward, and the captain speaks, Lord, High Commander and King Goldgelt, these outsiders were found on your mountain, potentially bringing to you the charge of poaching, unconfirmed, and we need your rulership to determine a fitting punishment for the likes who would enter the Dwarf King's territory unannounced. And the dwarf, again old and pretty tired himself, having been here some time, kind of squints his wrinkled face, sizing you up, and he slouches to one side of his throne, and he says, all right, outsiders again. Happens every few years, just like clockwork. Somebody has to come traipsing through the mountain. We're a bit far off the beaten path, I would have thought, for most of you. But let's hear it. Tell me why you're here, why you should not be punished. I'm sure you're going to have some reason for it.
How about you let me talk to him, since we're both short people? Gonna get along.
You do make a solid point there, but consider this magic.
But consider this.
Speak up already. I don't have all day for you to whisper amongst yourselves.
Before Hobie gets to speak, I'm gonna lean over and say, don't try any magic.
All right, well, does anyone with a charisma score want to try and tackle this?
I am plenty goddamn charismatic.
Charismatic?
You are so charismatic, I almost believed that was a word.
Goddamn straight. Okay. All right. Hey.
It's working.
Yes. Yeah, you get a half smile as his fist is his face is kind of wrinkled around his fist. And he just kind of smiles, leaning against it.
I look back. I look back, and I'm like, I got this by the balls.
I'm giving him the double thumbs
up. And then you hold up the actual, yeah.
And then I look back at him, listen, Dwarven King, sir. It wasn't our intention to go ahead and be a total dick on your property. We totally understand that. And unfortunately, we were 2 days away in hunting. We weren't poaching on your lands. That would be completely screwed up. We wouldn't do that to you. Wouldn't do that, Doc.
Point of order, Your Honor. Honorable King. They did claim 2 days off the mountain before later saying they apologized for hunting on our grounds.
Well, here's the thing. You made us nervous. And because you made us nervous, we start rambling. That's why I'm here. To clear these things up. Because if you can see, we're dealing with a trigger-happy little mage, a chicken, and a somewhat normal person.
Am I the normal person?
No. So, King, we weren't poaching on your lands.
Now, what exactly were you doing on my kingdom then?
We were traveling and using this area as a shortcut to go back home. We didn't know that this was your kingdom, otherwise we would have just taken the long way.
Perhaps it would be wise for you shorter-lived races to learn geography,
As you know, gnomes are not very good with geography.
All right. That actually, he nods along and he's like, "Well, I suppose
like
I can
a
agree with
racial
that."
joke.
Yeah.
You know gnomes and geography, am I right?
Except he is a gnome, so
Yeah. Well, that's okay if he laughs then. Right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But no, the king is he's into that. He's like, all right, well, I suppose that's true. So you got lost. You trespassed on the king's land, and you did your hunting elsewhere.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, let's go with that.
That's it.
Yeah.
I suppose, you see, the problem is I have to honor old traditions and have these meetings. I honestly don't care that you were on the mountaintop that much and that you were passing through, but I also have to honor reason to be a good king. So I think we make this a slap on the wrist sort of sentence, and you get on your way in no time. How does that sound?
Well, that sounds wonderful. What do you mean by slap on the wrist, though?
I said shut up, and we nailed it.
Yeah, finger guns.
Don't finger guns! No finger guns! All basic do not finger guns! Please!
It's charismatic, though. It's endearing.
Ellen kicks him in the foot.
Yeah. My hands are not cuffed, right? So I'm just gonna have my wing fluff all over him to stop him doing anything.
I've been ruling my people for over 400 years now. I'm not gonna let some petty disagreement with some outsiders be what ruins our relationship with anyone on the outside of this mountain, so we'll make it a small punishment. 5 years in the Dwarven dungeon, then you're on your way. Thank you!
Bad.
Wait, I got a question. Can I keep my balls?
I'm gonna stare intensively.
He doesn't know what to say to that. So unless you're like
my big green slimy kind of leathery balls, and I point at them, and I'm like, where I go, these go.
In his defense, they might grow a whole nother troll, like, in the middle of your keep if they are not under constant maintenance.
That is exactly why I want it with me.
Yeah, it's in your best interest to let him keep these.
sounds like it's in my best interest to have them burned.
Nope, that's not. Don't burn my balls.
Please do.
Finger guns.
Finger guns. Finger guns.
No, stop.
You may make one persuasion roll to try to keep your balls.
All right, I will do this.
Oh my goodness.
All right, here we go.
Please roll a 1.
15
Oh my god.
plus 1.
Plus 1? Okay, alright. To be honest, about the best you're gonna get is a few extra parts out of that thing. You're not gonna get a whole troll. You can keep your balls in the dungeon if it makes you that happy.
Yes, it does.
5 years, then you'll be set free. Thank you, goodbye.
So wait, like about good behavior? Or is there a parole option
They
here?
start dragging you away.
Yeah, 5 years is an awfully long time. Finger guns!
And we will end today's episode of Instant Roleplay with that sentencing. We'll be back next week. In the meantime, check out all of our guests on their various channels. Hobie's got finger guns all over the place over there, so
Oh yeah, man.
could be a good time.
Okay.
Thanks
God,
for
if
watching.
That becomes a thing now.
I can't believe I get to keep my balls.
I can't believe you even brought them up.